Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne's Sharp World, where today we are taking a look at two new offerings coming out of Artisan Cutlery and CJRB. And let me tell you guys, I don't know about any of you. I don't know where you're located in this amazing world, but if you are living in the U.S., primarily the Midwest, even more primarily Southwest Michigan, things are heating up around here. It is stinking hot outside, and you can say the exact same for Artisan Cutlery and CJRB. They are heating up as well with some amazing offerings coming out. I got two premium boys to take a look at today. This one here is a new version of one of my all-time favorite premium offerings from Artisan Cutlery. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. And first, we'll dive into this pouch here, which is more of a budget-based knife when it first came out, and they're, of course, giving it the premium version, and I'm really impressed with this. I'm impressed with both of them, but this one has a very unique look to it. Before I open this pouch, though, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you like what you see, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, follow along, give the video a like. You guys, it does so much for my channel when I get a subscription and a like to the video. It's definitely the biggest thing you can do to help move the needle and push me up into that ridiculous YouTube algorithm that makes absolutely no sense. So if you could do that, I would love it. I already love you if you're watching the video. Thanks for that. But now let's take a look and see what we got here. This is the premium Pyrite Bowie. And in case you didn't hear or see that first deployment, listen to this and take a look-see. This is a pretty amazing action on this knife, and it's a pretty stinking beautiful knife to begin with. There's some things that I love about this knife that this model, this Bowie Pyrite continues to impress me when I didn't expect to be impressed. Before we get into my thoughts, let's take a look at some quick specs. I've already done a full review on the budget version. A lot of it holds true to this model. All the sizing and all that stuff is the same. We're looking at an overall length of 7.36 inches, a blade length of 3.15 inches, and a handle length of 4.2 inches. Steel on this guy. This is premium. This is S90V. This is not Sparta. This is S90V. We are looking at a titanium handle with a phenomenal milling that we'll talk more about here in just a second. Really kind of elevates this knife in a couple ways. Weight on this, really not heavier. We're looking at 3.18 ounces. It might be a little heavier, technically speaking, but it's nothing you're going to notice. 3.18 ounces for a 7.36 inch knife is not heavy. It's completely average, so no issue there. Price, premium materials, premium price, $199.99 for this guy. That's not taking into consideration any future sales or anything else that may happen in the future to potentially bring the price of this knife down. But again, for the original starting price of $199.99, I don't have any huge quarrels with this. You get a great milled clip, some really nice machining for this texture here that really does give it a great look, and even more importantly, a great grippy feel when you got this knife in hand. So I absolutely love the milling on this. And like I said before, the action on this is just incredible. The fuller's nice. The fuller is... the fuller, in all honesty, the fuller is probably my least favorite thing about this knife. Least favorite, although I don't dislike it. It looks good. I prefer fullers with a little more of an immediate bite on the end, and this is more kind of just like it's like a bowl. It's like an oval bowl in here. So you still get plenty enough grip to kick the blade out. So you're not going to fudge up deployments and your finger's going to slip. It's very easy to kick that blade out. But in my opinion, the thumb studs, that's where it's at. Whether you're middle finger flicking or thumb flipping, this is made for the thumb studs. Absolutely love the thumb studs on this. And if you guys heard that click, there is some lock stick on this. There's some button lock stick. To be totally honest, it's very noticeable to hear. It's not, is clicky and, I guess, yeah, clicky is the word. As clicky as it sounds, it's very easy to close. So in all honesty, it doesn't bother me. And I've said that before, plenty of other videos. A little bit of lock stick on a button lock does not bother me. This one is quite noticeable. from a sound, but in terms of just ease of closing there's no issue. So I don't mind that. Again, the main reason is I know if I'm hearing this blade is locked when it's out, and you don't have to worry about the lock failing. So, kind of a double-edged sword. Some people don't like that. I actually quite like it. I also like it if there's no sound. I'm not super picky when it comes to button lock stick, but I personally really, really enjoy this lock the way it is. I don't have any issues with it. So let me know what you guys think of that in the comments. Do you mind a little button lock stick, or do you prefer it to be super buttery smooth? I like it when they're super buttery smooth, but then I'm always thinking in the back of my head, is this really securely locked? I pushed that button in really, really easy. I don't know. So again, I'm kind of playing devil's advocate, but I'm also being completely honest, and that's literally what I think when that happens. So to each their own, but let me know what you think about that. When you get into this handle, like I said, first of all, I love the shape of this kind of like milled fake inlay look. And I really, really like this all tie look on a knife like this Bowie Pyrite. This design with the all tie and just the non-coated blade, it kind of has this classic look refined to be somewhat more modern. I really like it. I think it's very attractive. I think it all works incredibly well, and it's just a joy. It's a joy in the hand. It's a joy to fidget with, and of course, it is a plenty slicey enough blade to take care of anything you need. It also has a very nice tip for piercing that's not too dainty and rather strong. So really, really nice tip that's going to excel in a lot of EDC tasks. And again, it's got just about everything. The only thing that I think some people might say about it is, I don't like the way it looks. And again, to each their own. Some people won't like the way it looks. I'm really digging this though. Really, really enjoying it. And think it is another excellent offering to the Pyrite family. Let me know what you guys think of this. But yeah, I'm really digging it. I also like how they did the milling on both sides. As some of you know, like on the previous Pyrites when they did the inlays and kind of, well, not the same, but a similar type of shape, whether it be an inlay or a textured milled area. They didn't do it on both sides. They kept it really flat on the other Pyrite version. So really like that they listened to the fans, they listened to the viewers here, and kind of doubled down and did it on both sides. Does make a huge difference, and of course looks a lot better. So that is that. That is the premium Bowie Pyrite. Let me know what you guys think of this beauty in the comments. And now... I will be honest, I do like this one here a little better. If I had to pick between one of the two in this video, this is the one I would go with. And this one here is the latest version of the Artisan Cutlery Satyr. And it is very different from the first version. As you can see, we have a coated blade with a different type of coating we'll talk about here in a second. And then we have a handle that is bronzed out with a very nice bronzing job. And you have more milling. You have more of kind of that fake looking inlay milled area that I personally love. Not nearly as grippy as this on this model. As you can see, it's more shallow milling to where there's more depth in this one, but you still feel the texture here. I wouldn't necessarily call this something for grip. This is more for aesthetics, but I have no issue with this knife in hand. I think it's extremely comfortable, and definitely by no stretch of the imagination does it not feel secure in my hand. It feels great, secure, everything I want a knife to feel in my hand. So no issues there. Let's touch on the overall specs for this guy. Once again, as you guys know, I've done a full review of this, but it's been a minute. So we are looking at an overall length of 7.76 inches with a blade length of 3.35 inches. Handle length coming in at 4.41 inches. S90V on the blade steel as well right here. And we are looking at, again, more titanium. This one here, though, is bronzed and a weight of 3.85 ounces. A price, again, of $199.99. And again, like I said, this one here is even more justified at $199.99. There's, to me, there's a little more knife here. I really love what's going on, especially with the frame lock. They did an excellent job on this frame lock. And a very, very solid offering. I think the Pyrite's fine at $199.99 as well. But again, if I'm having to pick one here, I really do like what's going on with the Satyr. I just love this version. I love the color tone of the bronze and the black. This bronze is like a very, very nice, like antique type of bronze. Like it doesn't have like any crackling or marks. It's a very smooth, even finish, but it's kind of something, it's almost in between like a bronze and a brown almost. It's definitely a darker bronze, which kind of gives me that antique-ish feel. But really, really nice there. As I said before, love the milling pattern, how it's just kind of in like this this fake inlay area. Gives it a little more of an aesthetic appeal to it that I really do enjoy. And then on the back here, you got this amazing clip that also has different texturing that I think works really, really well. So just love what they did here. A lot of great things going on. Excellent lockup with the frame lock. And yeah, no issue there. You got your over travel stop, you got your lock bar insert, you got all that good stuff that you need and want. And the finish on this blade, let's take a look at that real quick, because this is a very unique finish. It's not like radically different, but if you're into knives and you handle a lot of knives and you look at a lot of knives, you notice things like this. This is kind of like, it's like a very light stone washed or like some type of crackled finish. So basically what they do is they coat the blade, and then they do something to put this light stonewash / crackled effect on it. Maybe it could even be like a very light acid etching. I have no clue what it is, but it's not your typical stonewash. That I can guarantee you. I hope it's coming through on the camera. I think it is. But it's just a very, very different type of finish on the blade. And I think it looks really cool. I think it works extremely well. May not be the best finish for every model that comes out of Artisan Cutlery, but it works incredibly well on this one, and I like it a whole heck of a lot. And lastly, I feel like the detent is improved on this one. I don't know if that's going to be the same for every single one coming off the line, but I did handle a couple satyrs from the first run, and they were good. I didn't really have any complaints, and I believe I said in the review of my original review on the satyr, it's one of my favorite Artisan Cutlery premium knives ever made, and I still stand by that. But this one's a little better. It is a little better. And there's always going to be, I've said it before, there's always going to be a little variance in the detents of knives. We're making pocket knives. We're not making Swiss watches. So you're not going to have, if you want that type of perfection on a knife, guys, you better be looking at a Conagarius or a Chris Reeve or something in the $600 to $700 plus range, because you're just not going to get that with any knife. I don't care if it's made in China or America. You're not going to get a knife that is perfectly consistent from one model to the next, to the next, to the next for even $200 or less. It's just not going to happen. I think you'll see a lot of good consistency, a lot of really solid consistency, but you won't see perfection. You'll see consistency that's very close to it and is very pleasing and very satisfying for just about everybody out there. But you can always have that slight difference in detent strengths. But this one here is perfect. Love it. Love everything about it. One of my favorite products to come out of Artisan Cutlery so far this year. Even though it's not a brand new knife, it's a new version. And yeah, I'm crushing hard for it. It's a really, really good one. I've always liked the satyr, but again, yeah, this one is just elevated a little more for me with the colorway and the milling. That really is the only two big differences. Yeah, big fan of that, and also thoroughly enjoying this Pyrite Bowie Premium Edition. And that's it, guys. Let me know what you think of these two models. Let me know which one you would go with. Which one do you prefer? And let me know what you think about Artisan Cutlery and CJRB in general this year. I think they're just starting to ramp up. I have so much more to bring you guys. I came home to 2 amazing packages today that you will see in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. Got a lot of stuff in the pipes. Cannot wait to bring it to you. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until the next one, I'm out.